Hey everybody, Patrick Munoz here, and I am really excited to start our new video series with a very special friend of mine, Chris Schulte, who is an amazing interview prep coach. Chris works with doctors, physicians, as they prepare to get their residencies in a grueling 25-minute interview process. Chris is going to share with me all of the techniques about how to really win that interview when you walk into the room. So in today's video, the first video of our series, we're going to start on the physical preparation, talking about it from interviewing on Zoom, how lots of the interviewers are going on today, but also about going into that in-person interview where you meet face to face. For that, I'm going to hand it over to Chris.
Patrick, great to be with you. So these things are kind of stuff that we think about, but we have to pay attention to. If we're online, we have to pay attention to what the lighting is like. I mean, even before we did our session today, Patrick was very careful about is the lighting balanced? Also, what's in the background? I've interviewed people and they had this amazing painting right behind them. And I found myself fascinated by the painting and not listening to them. So I said, take down that painting. So you have to just watch and see what was like. Patrick's background right now is wonderful. It's just all white and black and he stands out from it. It's probably a little bit better than mine, but just make sure that you can be seen. And then Patrick, what about sound? How do they make sure that the sound is good?
So all of these things are so important, right? Making sure that just the production values are good. So make sure your sound is good. Do a test before you go on and do this. Go onto your Zoom, record yourself, and listen back. Is it clear? Is it foggy? You don't want to have to put any kind of obstacles that are unnecessary in your way. So if the sound, the microphone on your computer is not picking up the sound, then do something about that. You can pick up an inexpensive additional mic to plug into your computer and try that. Also, as Chris was talking about, making sure the production values are right. Make sure that you are going to be uninterrupted during the interview process. There are not lots of loud sounds outside of your building where you live during that time. And also make sure that your Wi-Fi is in a solid place. And if it's not, then go to the room where it is or spend the money, make the investment to get some kind of router into your room so that you can be guaranteed excellent access. Again, you don't want to put anything in the way.
Right.
Now, when it comes to the way you look personally on this, Chris, what are some points you want to share with us?
Again, it's common sense, but you have to pay attention to detail. So how should you dress for this particular interview? The doctors that I work with who are interviewing for residency, they're in, a suit and tie, and they look very professional, well groomed, hair combed, all those things that we sort of take for granted. But again, pay attention to the detail. Ask somebody who has a little style. Ask them, how do I look? How do you like this suit? We want to make sure that there's nothing that kind of worries us in the background. Gee, I hope that colic isn't up. Just little things like that so that you can constantly be just attuned to your answers and be as relaxed as possible. Things like if you wear glasses, make sure that they're washed well. You might even think of not wearing glasses as long as you can still see, but all sorts of things like that. Anything else in that issue, Patrick?
Well, finally, we were talking about in this video here, video number 1, about being online. Of course, if you're going in person, the same rules apply. Make sure that you're appropriately dressed, your clothes are ironed or pressed or just really well fitted, that you look good. As a woman, if you're wearing some makeup, that it's appropriate. Hair, all of those little elements will make a big difference because it's your first impression. Don't wear cologne or perfume or excessive cologne or perfume. You never know who you might be kind of riling up in terms of their reaction to that. So all of those things are going to help. Make sure that you show up early if it's in person. If it's online, show up early. Make sure you're ready and prepared. Lighting and all of those things we've talked about in this video are there for you so that when you start the interview, you'll be ready to go. Anything else, Chris? I think that's all we want to really cover in our physical description of getting ready for the interview. And in our next video, we're going to talk about the internal or the mental preparation you can do so that you can really succeed in that interview.